Okay, let's try this again. The good news is this video will be probably a lot shorter if it doesn't cut off. Okay, so how to handle the most common objections that you're going to get from prospects. The time objection, I don't have enough time. The money objection, I don't have enough money. The spousal objection. And even if I see, a lot of leaders now doing live videos, and I've been hearing a lot because I've been helping people do live videos and get out of their comfort zone. And one of the probably the most common objections now for people that are doing live videos and trying to prospect and recruit people, they're getting, well, I like your business, but I don't want to do live video. So understand that that's okay. You need to, let people know and that they don't need to do live video. Actually, and I'm sure anyone that's doing live video and you're trying to recruit people, I'm sure you agree with this statement. You don't want them doing live video. You want them focused on, building their business. I believe live video is, down the road when you become comfortable and secure in, your business and what you're doing, especially if it's, a first-time networker or someone that's brand new, just joining. Because listen, live video is nerve-wracking. Live video is it was probably one of the scariest things that I've ever done. So if you guys are doing live video, drop me a comment. Let me know if you found it, if you got a little nervous or you found it nerve-wracking, or if it was just me. I still get a little nervous, and I used to do presentations in front of thousands of people. But so my point is, when people give you an objection, understand it's very important to understand that their first objection is never the real objection. And let me prove that point. And if you guys were just on the last time I went live before I got cut off, I talked about it. Let's say your TV just died. You're in the market for a TV. You go to Best Buy and you're ready to buy a TV. Today, I'm coming home with a TV. You even borrowed a truck to bring the TV home or whatever the case may be. And the salesman, you walk into Best Buy, the salesman comes up to you and says, "Can I help you?" And you say, instinctively, what do you say? "No, I'm just looking." Now, your TV just died. You're going to buy a TV today. And you said, "No, I'm just looking." So understand that, right? That was your objection. And it wasn't even a true objection, right? You're there to buy a TV. So my point is, when you're prospecting people, when they give you an objection, it's not, the first objection is not the real one. It's just instinctively, subconsciously, that's just what we say because we've been saying it our whole lives. "No, I'm just looking," right? So you want to ask some questions, and you want to find out. Now, this is where being a leader comes into play. Now, if you're new, okay, you need to have posture. When you're in recruiting mode, you need to have posture. You don't want to come off as desperate. You don't want to come off as needy. You want to have the mentality like, you should be thanking your lucky stars that I'm talking to you about this opportunity. Now, you don't say that, okay, but that's the posture that you need to have. Like, you're interviewing them. You want to know if they're the kind of person where you want to work with them. Listen, there's some people that, and I know that maybe some of you guys are brand new and you just want one person to join your team, right? Or you just want to get your business going. But trust me, there's a reason why people don't join, right? You don't want everyone joining. Trust me, there are people that are high maintenance, right, that you can do without. Trust me on this. Now, but when someone gives you, listen, I don't have enough time, right? Okay, I like to use what I call kiss, kick, kiss. And here's how it goes. You relate to them. Listen, I don't have enough time. I can totally relate. When I first got started, I didn't have a lot of time either. Being a single parent of 2 kids and going to school full time, I didn't have a lot of time. But let me ask you a question, Tim. How does that feel? How does that feel that you don't have any time? How does that feel that you're not able to take enough vacations, or you don't have enough time to spend with your kids? You don't have any time to pick them up from school or take. How does that feel not having enough time? This is where posture comes in, right? Feel, felt, found. Yes, but I call it kiss, kick, kiss. And here's, or feel, felt, found is part of that, Danielle. Thank you. But so when you ask them that question, this is where posture comes in. You need to let them think about it. Ask, right? Let them, in most cases, they're going to talk themselves out of it, right? They're going to answer their own objections, say, "You're right, I don't have enough time. I need to do this." Most cases. But you want to get them to think. But I know there's some people that you're scared to say that to them because you might scare them off. Don't be scared to scare them off. Because if you scare them off, something else was going to spook them anyway. So don't worry about that. But you want to get them to think, and here's why. We're more attracted to strength than we are weakness. So you want to have posture and say, how does that feel that you don't have enough time? Now, you want to say it in a loving, caring, concerning way, right? Because you truly care about them. Not how I used to come off in my early days where I used to say things like, well, how does that feel? You've been working for how long? You don't have enough money? You don't have enough time? Right? Yeah, you need this. So don't come off like that. Don't be the old me, because I used to turn a lot of people off, a lot of people. So you just want to get them to think, right? Kiss, I totally understand. Kick them. How does that feel? Tell me more about that. You don't have enough time. And if you did have more time, what would you do with your time? Right? You want to ask questions. And then you want to kiss them back. You want to say, well, I have some good news. Right? After you get them thinking about it, you get them all emotional because they're thinking they don't have enough time for their kids. They're going to be working for until they die. Whatever that case may be, then you say, listen, I have good news. Me and you, if you join me on this, we need to work together. You join me on this, we're going to work together. We're going to make sure that time is never an issue in your life again. Are you ready to get started? And when you ask them that, are you ready to get started? They should be ready to get started. And if they're not, well, then another objection is going to come up. Okay, great. So you play this game again. I know my good friend Bob Hiley talks about it's the dance. So you play this game again. They say, well, I need to go and talk to my spouse. Now, this is my favorite one. All throughout my pretty much the majority, 95% of my network marketing career, I wasn't married. So I couldn't relate to people when they said I had to talk to my spouse. So I was all like, that used to drive me crazy. I have to talk. And then the last couple of years of my network marketing career, I was married, and I never used it when it came to business. But I remember, I moved into a new house and an exterminator was selling everybody in the neighborhood. And I remember saying to myself, but I did promise to my wife at the time, I did promise that I wouldn't make any decisions without her. That's just something we agreed on. So, and it was an exterminator who was knocking on the door, giving everybody great deals. Listen, if you sign up today, whatever, taught me, and said how, all the, how the area we live in, all these different bugs, right? I'm like, listen, I have to talk to my wife. And I was like, oh my God, I'm using that excuse. But it was a real excuse. So listen, when people say, well, I like it, right? I understand I need more time in my life, or I need more money in my life, but I need to talk to my spouse. Okay, great. Let's call her. Let's call him. That's what you want to say. Here's what I used to say to people. Well, let me ask you a question. Did you ever go food shopping before without your wife or without your husband? Yeah. Did you have to call them and ask them if you could buy those groceries? No. Well, why do you need to ask them if you can do something good for your family and start a business so you can make more money for your family and take care of the finances? Do you need to ask, right? I used to get confrontational with people, right? So you don't want to do that stuff. But I would say, oh, great, let's call your spouse. Try to get them on the phone now. And I do that. I do that right away because I want to see if I'm just calling their bluff. I want to see if that's a real objection or not. Right? If they say, well, my spouse is going to be home, but okay, great. When can I come over and meet with them? Now, if they're really interested in your opportunity, they're going to allow you to meet their spouse, because they want to join your business. If not, it's another excuse. Well, we really don't have the money, right? Money is really tight. Listen, I totally understand. Kiss. When I heard about this company, I didn't have any money either. I mean, I was a broke college student. But let me ask you a question. How does that feel? That you can't pull out $500 or $1,000 or $200 or $100 out of your pocket, right? How does that feel? And get them to think about it. Again, don't be confrontational, but just get them to think about it. And then say, here's the good news. We work together. I can make sure that is never an issue in your life again. Are you ready to get started? And that's how I would handle, those objections. And now again, with the most common one now is if you're a leader and you're doing live videos and people say, man, I like it, but I don't want to do what you're doing. Great. I don't want you doing live videos. And maybe your company or your team teaches that, and that's okay. But I would say, listen, let's focus on building your business first. You don't have to do live videos because live video is scary. It really is. So that's all I have today, guys. Understand when you are prospecting people, they're asking themselves a couple questions are going through their mind. So when you're getting them to think about all this, okay, they are thinking to themselves, can I do it? So you want to answer that question. Can they do it? You want to answer that question for them. They're also asking themselves, is it simple? So I can understand the live video objection because it seems simple to do a live video, but it's really not. I mean, mentally, it messes you up, right? For those of you that are doing live videos, it's pretty, intimidating. So is it simple? That's why when you're meeting with somebody and everything that you do, understand people are watching, and you want to keep your business as simple as possible. And the third question is, will you help me? And I think if you ask these questions, kiss, kick, kiss, you are handling, or you're answering all those three questions and also handling their objections as well. Listen, I can relate to you. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the money. I understand. I had to talk to my spouse. I got my spouse on the phone with somebody else right away because I wanted to do this business, because I didn't want time or money to be an issue in my life anymore. I understand live video is scary. I don't want you doing live video. The reason I'm doing live video is to create more leads, for my business. You're not there yet. Don't worry about that. And, is it simple? Yes, this is simple. Let me show you the system, okay? When you get started, this is what we're going to do. And yes, I'm going to help you. We're going to work together to make sure that XYZ is never an issue in your life again. Time is never an issue in your life. Money is never an issue in your life. That you never have to ask for your spouse to do another thing ever again as far as, making more money for the family. Okay, so those are the objections that you want to handle. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer a couple questions, for a minute because the last video died on us. If you guys have any questions, if not, we'll conclude today's Saturday morning training. But I appreciate everybody, jumping on and joining me live. You can see my new setup in the background. But I still got to figure out this Wi-Fi thing. So I still got to figure it out because it's absolutely driving me insane that it keeps cutting in and out. And I've done everything to buy a new router, to buy a new modem, to have the cable company out many times. So I don't know what's going on. But in any case, right, it's just, we just got to roll with it, right? That's just part of life. Things are going to happen. So I appreciate everybody watching us on the replay as well. And if you haven't done so, make sure you click on, turn on notifications so you know next time I go live. And then if you haven't done so, make sure you check out my website, workwithmikelawson.com. But I appreciate everybody joining me and supporting me. Thanks for the love, and have a great weekend, everybody. Until next time, make it a great day.